Shall we finish this? Let's finish it. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna make. Oops. I've been trying to make rock wall points. You know what a rock wall point is? It's got long barbs and deep notches, and it's an actual arrow point. Should I attempt it? I think I shall. Just because I need to practice the long barbs and deep notches. Why do I need to practice that? Because I want to. My wants are needs. Yeah. My desires are requirements. I don't know. I've been doing too much surfing the interwebs today. Dang it. Every time I sit down for like an hour or two, I've got to walk. So I took some walks today too. Yeah. I can't take a walk now. It's late. People think it's creepy if I walk around in the dark around here. I don't know why. There's a lot of people walking around. I guess they're creepy. Alright. Now let's see. What am I going to do? I need to thin it down so it'd be easier. Yeah. Why do I want to make it easier? Because it's just the law of the West. I hate to do it, but I gotta try to make it easier. Flintknapping is not supposed to be easy. Yeah, I hate to make it easier, but you know. Come on, what is going on? I ground that down too much. Yeah, my update was not my update, but I made a short video. Let me see if I can talk straight here. I made a short video on the difficulties of getting long flakes and what the major problems are. And in typical fashion, I forgot a couple things that I can think of off the top of my head as I was reviewing the video on the 5 things that you need to do to get long flakes or something like that, or why you're not getting long flakes. I forgot to mention support. Support is an issue. And something else. I already forgot, but there's 2 things I need to add. So I'll do a follow-up video. See, if there's more than 3 things, I have trouble remembering it, unless I write it down. And if I write it down, I forget where I wrote it down. So I had to do everything on my phone. I had to write everything down in one spot on my phone. But like a catch-all bin or a catch-all drawer, I know where it is, but to find it, you got to dig through a mountain of other stuff because you end up putting everything there. So I put everything in my keep notes on my phone, my reminders, everything. And I remember something, write it down so I don't forget. And then I go to get it back, and I've got bunches of other things in there. Where is it? And then I find something that's important. Wait, I forgot to do this thing. So I get distracted. Now, what was I looking for? I don't remember now what I was looking for. I got to do this important thing. I'll be right back. And there it goes. I didn't look up the thing I was originally looking up. It's buried in a mountain of other distracting things. Yeah. Anyway, that's how it goes when I'm getting ready to do videos. I got to look see what I forgot. But I remember that I need to do support, because I was thinking about that a lot. Support for flaking is important. Now, with me, the jury is still out on how important it is. I don't think it's all that important unless you're doing specific things that require support specifically. But in general, the jury is out for me as to the importance in general of support. Yeah. I normally don't think about it, although it is part of the knapping. Like, I'm supporting this pretty well. I've learned to support it just right so it doesn't push back very much and doesn't wobble very much. And I've had to increase the strength in my hands in order to accomplish that, but I don't think about it. So now I got to think about it in my explanation of why you're not getting long flakes. And some of it is because the workpiece is not being supported properly. Yeah. Oh yeah, then the other thing is the shape of the tool tip. Not just the maintenance of it. You need a fresh, strong tool tip, fresh surface, not pitted or contaminated. But you need the proper shape for what you're trying to do. I mean, there's better shapes than others. It does depend upon you as well. One person's proper shape is not another person's proper shape. Everyone has their own, so quote unquote, proper shape on the tips of their tools, according to what works for them. What works for you is the proper shape. What works for me is not the proper shape. It has to work for you. So there's a little bit of a issue in describing the problems with not getting long flakes. It's highly dependent on the napper. So I guess that's the third thing. Let me write that down. Right? Now, one more thing to try to keep track of, but I'll try to write it in a spot where it's obvious. All right. Let me get a note card. Yeah, see, I keep a pen with my knapping tools just for such an occasion, because I can't find my pen where I normally keep them. All right, so why not getting long flakes? Support not good. Shape of tool tip not good. And what was the other thing? What is proper, quote unquote, whatever is proper for you. Yeah. Okay. There's 3 more things. All right. Let's see. I'll keep it right there on top of everything. And as long as the wind doesn't blow it onto the floor, I'm okay. Because once it's on the floor, it's like, what is that piece of trash doing there? Yeah. Other people can keep that stuff in their head all the time. They don't need to write it down because it's always in their mind. It's always on their mind. I'm glad, actually, in a way, that it's not on my mind. That would drive me nuts. I don't know if I could ever sleep if everything was always on my mind. Yeah. Got enough trouble sleeping as it is. Oh, and I bought some blue light blocking glasses. Yeah, just like they're like yellow sunglasses that you wear indoors at night. Yeah. I'm serious. It worked. I've worn them for 3 nights in a row. And I'll be darned, it did work. I slept as soon as I actually tried to go to sleep after wearing the glasses. I almost fell asleep with the glasses on. Yeah. That's how good they are. Really? I don't know. I don't know if they're that good. But it worked. So I'm going to be doing that more often. Yeah. But as I was saying, I need to do a revision on that video. Or not a revision, but part 2. On why you're not getting long flakes. Why am I not getting long flakes here where I wanted to? Well, because I'm not doing it right. That's why. You know, and the results may vary. You might be doing it the same way I'm doing it, and you're getting good results, but I don't. Depends on the person. Now, do I want to put serrations in this? I do want to put serrations in it. But if I want to do the rock wall point, I don't think rock walls have serrations. So I'm thinking of changing the point style to one with serrations. But dang, look at all that crunchiness. What did I do? It wasn't that crunchy before. I don't understand what I did. I was talking about stuff. All right. Here we go. Yeah, I'm going to do a pass there. I think what I was trying to do is make the edge straighter, and I wasn't careful enough. Golly, that really doesn't focus. It still doesn't, even with the lens covers taken off and there's no interference, it still doesn't focus right. There's no condensation on the lenses. Can I get rid of the crunchiness? I better be able to. If I don't, it's going to look bad. Golly, what is going on? Let's see if I can change the... See how it shifts to a different camera. See that one? That camera is all washed out. See that? That's weird. But if I'm on this one, it's okay. All right. I mean, it has different lenses in it. I guess it goes to one lens or the other depending on distance. I just wish it would stay focused like on my other cameras, on my other phones. And it does have that yellow square that I can move around and force it to focus on a certain area. But it doesn't stay there. No, it doesn't stay. It quickly forgets what it's supposed to be doing, and it ends up focusing on my thumbnail or something. Yeah. It's not... The knapping is so weird and unusual, apparently, that even this high-tech stuff doesn't adapt well to this kind of activity. All right, so that looks a little bit better. What did I do? I just experimented with some flakes. They weren't that long. They were just wide. Did I control the width of the flakes? I kind of did, because I napped into a flat area, relatively flat. And when I know that the results of napping into a relatively flat area are going to give me a wide flake. So I spaced these out so that they would fan out in ways that would look better. Make it look better. Okay, let's see if I can do this here. I wanted to get rid of that. It kind of almost did it. All right, so I don't know. I don't know what to do. I kind of just want to look at it. Yeah. It's translucent. Okay, let's see. I raked up some of the yard today. You don't know how many leaves are actually there until you start raking it and you go, dang it, look at all this leaf litter that I didn't even know about. Yeah, we have a big yard here. That's what you get when you build a tiny house on a piece of land like this. It's a nice sized lot in a little bitty house, so you end up having to rake up a ton of stuff because there's trees everywhere. Don't get me wrong, I like the trees, but the leaves, I don't know if I like the leaves. All right, ready? Okay. See, there was some step fractures there. Shall we put a large wide flake into this area to get rid of that crunchiness? Yeah, let's do it. Let's try to do it. Ready? Can you see? No? Good. I don't want you to know my secrets. Yeah, when I do something that is revealing my secrets, don't look, okay? Yeah. Not supposed to look. If I'm revealing a secret, okay, hide your eyes. You might say it's not a secret. Okay, it's not a secret. All right, what do we do? I'm still not deciding what I want to do with this. I still haven't decided. I just want to make it look nice. That's all I want to do with it. And I got some crunchiness again. Dang it. Why doesn't it just flake well every time? Because that flake was really thin. It needs a strong flake, a thicker flake than that to be strong enough to do what I want. Yeah, that flake was too thin. Okay. I really don't feel like making serrations tonight. They are so tedious. They look nice, but they're very tedious. Why did I push that one really hard? Really fast and hard? Because that's what's called aggressive pressure flaking. There's passive pressure and aggressive pressure. Why did I choose aggressive? Because with aggressive, you don't think about it all that much. You just do it. And I didn't want to think about it too much because then I would probably crush it again. So I just went with muscle memory and just pushed it off real quick. Yeah. Just like that. Muscle memory will do it. Although, see that the support is a double-edged sword because sometimes the support interferes with the flake travel and you get step fractures. Because it's supported on the pad, so right where I'm pushing pressure is right where the pad is domed the most. Or see how it's not touching there or there? It's touching right where the flake travel is. But if it touches too much, it stops the flake. Yeah. So support is a double-edged sword. So that's why the jury is still out on the importance of it. Because it has advantages and disadvantages at the same time. Alright. So yeah, I think it did stop the flake termination right there. Otherwise, those would have popped out of there. I think. Yeah. Of course, I can go in there and try to pop them out by force. Yeah, but they're not moving. They're not moving. They're squatters. They don't want to leave. Yeah, I sat down with my dad and watched TV. He was watching this thing about squatters. I don't want to watch TV. I don't like it. Nope. There's so many important issues that they don't talk about. It drives me nuts. Alright. Don't get me wrong, this squatter thing is pretty bad, but I mean, come on, it's been happening for years. Yeah, it's nothing new. Yeah, it's hard to kick someone out of your house. You know, especially when you invite them over. If they start acting up, they don't want to leave. Sometimes you can't get them out. I say, no, I don't get nowhere to go. Just hold on. I'll leave tomorrow. I just gotta stay the night. You're not staying the night? I say, yeah, I have to. I got nowhere to go. What am I gonna do? Sleep on the sidewalk? And you go, yeah. I said, I can't do it. I mean, I'm here with my girlfriend and she's not feeling well and nah. That's been going on for years. Anyway. So I don't watch TV with my dad. He's watching TV all day. I don't sit down and watch it with him because it drives me nuts. So what do we talk about? Nothing. Us autists, we don't talk about stuff. No. We just sit there and sometimes there's nothing on the brain. It's like, you know, the test pattern that they used to have on TVs back in the old days after hours. It would just go beep and it'd be a little pattern. And it would just go beep. Well, once in a while, a guy's brain will do the same thing. It just sits there on a test pattern. It's not completely silent, I'll give you that. But you know what I mean. It just kind of doesn't do anything. Not everybody. Just some people. Anyways. Yeah. So the blue light blocking glasses worked last night. Let's just hope they work again. Yeah. If I maintain a positive attitude, I can cause them to work just by my attitude. Right? Right. Don't think about it. Just have a positive attitude and they'll work. Just like Flintknapping, right? Don't think about it, have a positive attitude, and step fracture. Step fracture. Yeah. Oops, let's see. Move this down here so you won't hear it as much. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, I don't want to do the rock wall on video because I'll break off one of the barbs. So we'll just do a scouring. Yeah. Okay. I gotta do something. It's already 25 minutes. Flatten out the base. I probably will put serrations in, but not till later. And I don't know if I'll get that on video because there's too much of a chance of messing it up. I got to move on to other requests anyway. I got a bunch of stuff to knap on video. I can do this for the auction at any time. I don't need to be doing it on video. There's other stuff that needs to be addressed that I need to do on video. The reason why I can't remember what they are right off the top of my head is because I have them on that list that's a mile long. And they're buried along with the other things that I gotta do. And yeah, I've got separate lists for to do. Separate to-do lists under different categories, yeah. There's one that I don't want to look at. There's a to-do list that I never want to look at. I'll put something on there, but I'll never look at it. It has to do with car maintenance. So I gotta save up for that stuff. And every time I look at it, I haven't saved up enough. We'll look at it again in a couple weeks. Yeah. A couple weeks go by. Dang it! I forgot to save up for that. Why did I forget to save up for it? Because I didn't look at it. I don't like looking at it. Yeah. I got a cracked windshield on my van because of a hailstorm. And I have not replaced it. I mean, it's not bad. It's just annoying. Those cracks are annoying. And some of them are creeping up across my field of vision. You know how it goes. Cracks expand and go across the windshield. Now I gotta look at one crack that's right down below my field of vision that goes right across. It's not a bad one. It's just, well, it's a crack. Anyway, it's not going to cost much to replace. I just need to save up that money and not use it for other stuffs. Why do I tell you? I got to talk about something to distract me a little bit. See, with nice material, it's so easy to knap, right? But then it shows up your little mistakes really easily too. Yeah. It shows your mistakes. What did I say? Shows up your mistakes? Your mistakes show up. All right, here we go. It's getting dangerous. If I don't do these pop-outs carefully, it takes off the barb. Yeah, I can easily blow away the barb. Can you see what I'm doing? See, I think the pad is what causes that because it's right there on the pad. Anyway, I can get rid of those by just scooping them off. Yeah. No big deal. I just sharpen up the spatula tool and I can pry those off, or what did I say, scoop them off. Even with the high power glasses, I don't do that exactly right. All right, let's see if I can. I'm going to go deeper with the notch, but I want to see. I need to get some of the notching done on the other side. Yeah. I'm just eyeballing the symmetry. For those of you that want to do this in a better way, you use a marker like a Sharpie to trace out where you want to notch and all that. If you either can't eyeball or you don't want to eyeball it, yeah, it's best to use a marker. I don't do what's best. Nope. And that drives some people nuts. It's okay. I don't blame you. All right. And yeah, you can nap that way. You can nap in such a way that is a little bit careless. Yeah, it is permissible. I'm not going to judge you. No. I'm not going to say it's hilarious that they think they're napping right. I don't care. I don't care if you're napping, quote unquote, right, or make fun of you if you think you're napping. He thinks he's napping, but he's not. I'm not going to make fun of you in that way. I'll figure out some other way that's more funny than that to make fun of you. Yeah. I'll pretend you got like a stupid voice. Okay. I'm going to make that neck narrow. Right? Right. That Scalorns often had a narrow neck on them. And that's because it's easier to hold the arrowhead firm onto the haft. With a narrow neck, it holds the arrowhead firm without much glue. Yeah. It doesn't require much glue if you have a narrow neck on it. And if the stem is long, there's a lot to wrap, so that it makes it stronger as well. Alright, this is where it gets dicey because I could snap it across the neck. Alright, let's see. I don't want to mess up the symmetry. Yeah. Wait. gotta make sure this is just right, with no burrs on the end of that for these pop outs. Because as soon as it starts getting a burr on it, it gets dull. The pop outs require too much force. That's when you run into trouble. If you're trying to apply too much force. There's a step fracture there, so I'm trying to catch it to reduce it. I might not be able to. So get that popped out. And then maybe another pop out of this side. Yes? Yes. Okay. Alright, so I just got to work on the symmetry. That's good enough for symmetry. How many minutes? 36? How much time do I have? I got a little bit of time. I mean, Henry's not going to like it that I went over 30 minutes, but I'm going to go over 30 minutes. Who's Henry? Don't worry about it. I haven't forgot about you, dude. Just ignoring you. Okay. Let's see. Should I thin this? I should not thin this stem. It's good enough. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it. You might say, well, I messed up the nice flake pattern. That's just the way it goes with the Flintknapping. There were some nice flakes across the stem there. But, you know, if you put in notches, you're going to wipe out some of that nice, quote-unquote, nice flake patterning. Yeah. Alright, so, yeah, I'm going to do some serrations after all. This is not the serrations yet. I'm preparing this barb. One of the serrations is going to be right there. The next one's going to be kind of far apart. Right there. See that? That one's sticking out, that one's sticking out. Those are the beginnings of the serrations. I'm going to make the barb a little more narrow. I'm going to work on this side, serrations, and then I'll do the other side. And they're not going to be symmetrical unless it just works out that way. I'm not going to intentionally try to make them symmetrical. Yeah, it looks a little bit crunchy there, but it's one of those, oh well. Okay, so now I'm gonna, you'll see how I work on these serrations, okay? I'm gonna do a pop out right next to it. Braid. Okay, see, I did a pop out right under that first serration. That thins the edge. Why does it thin the edge? Or why do I want it to thin the edge? Because I'm moving the edge back. And when you take off from the edge, it gets thicker. You don't want it to get thicker. You want to stay thin on the edge so it stays sharp. So you do these nice pop outs. And they get a little bit closer together as you go up, in most cases. Serrations get closer together. Now I heard that make a step fracture. Dang it. That popped out right there. Alright, I'm not going to do the play-by-play because I need to focus. And focusing does not mean I'm overthinking it or thinking too much. I just need to not be distracted. Okay. Okay, I think that's good enough. I'm already burned out on this one. Yeah, sometimes I go deeper in between the serrations, but for the video I didn't want to mess this up because if I make the serrations really long, that means I go deeper in between. Yeah, which has a chance of blowing out the sides, just like when you do a notch, it has a chance of blowing out the sides and blow the barb in the ear off. Same with doing the serrations. If I go deeper and make the serrations longer, there's more of a chance of blowing away the serration. So that's it. I'm not going to go deeper. Not on video. It's too distracting. I need a lot of focus. And the inside edge, I want to try to make the inside edge as straight as possible and even as possible, without looking too perfect. I don't have to worry about it looking too perfect, but I don't want to get crunches on there like that. There's a little bit of a crunchy spot. That's okay. It was worse a little bit earlier. But yeah, I could do one more pass in between these serrations and make the serrations deeper, but I don't want to do it. No, so that's it. Yep. Nice and sharp serrations. Now there's some spots where I touched the serration and made it more dull. You know, if you hear a crunching sound on the serration as I pass along the edge, it makes it dull. So there's some of those, but for the most part I think they're sharp. Yeah, they feel sharp. Who knows? All right. Yeah, I'll quit on this one for tonight and go on to the other things I need to be doing. Alrighty. Yeah. How do I show all the serrations? I guess like that. Alright. There you go. All done.